Happy Star Trek Day. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd. Probably by the time you see this video, there'll be 6,000 others by everybody that's ever been on YouTube doing something on Star Trek Day. But let's just say this. I recommend to you to go to StarTrek.com/day, and you can see all the panels that were done on this day. We tried to see them live, but, if I work for a living, it's difficult to do, and even multitasking. So I would recommend you go to them as I will and go over them with whatever kind of hints that we can glean out of it. We did get a chance to see some of the panel for season 3 of Discovery, and we see a new trailer which will be all over the internet by the time you see this, and we'll leave a link to it. And it's a rather one of what we've seen, quite a few starship crashes, and apparently, though, it's not going to last long. They'll get it fixed, and we need some new characters. David Ajala is going to be a new character called Cleveland Booker, Book for short, and he's going to be kind of the guide into the new century that they find themselves, which will be the year 3188. They're going to find out what happened to the Federation, which is an event that they called the Burn. As the panel of producers told us, there is no real strife or disagreement among members of the Federation that caused it to become a lesser series of planets than it is in the time period we're more familiar with, but rather something cataclysmic that happened that they call the Burn, something that was unavoidable, something that even something as strong as the Federation could not fight at the time. But there's enough of them still there, and they are still fighting to get back what they once had, and Discovery is no doubt going to be playing a part in that. They're going to introduce a new cat, this natural cat by the name of Grudge, who's a great big cat. We've seen some of the screen test for it. Should be interesting. And we know that there are going to be 2 new characters in addition to Book. One is going to be Aiden in episode 3 and Gray in episode 4. The latter will be a Trill. And there apparently is going to be some significance to the Trill in this century. So this is something to look forward to as the series gets underway. By the way, everybody's going to be able to see this one. It's going to be, of course, on CBS All Access in the United States when it begins in October, and only a day delay to be on Crave in Canada and Netflix over just about everywhere else, 191 countries or something like that. So wherever you are, wherever you're watching this from, you're liable to be able to see the new season of Discovery. So just a little to wet your whistle there. There are other panels that go from, and a lot of personalities. We have a Voyager panel with Kate Mulgrew and Duncan McNeil. And also there's a panel for the original series, which is George Takei and Rod Roddenberry. There's a panel for Enterprise, which includes Scott Bakula and Connor Trinneer, and Deep Space Nine panel with Nana Visitor and Alexander Siddig. Anyway, I'm leaving a lot of people out, but we have very good panels set up for each of the Trek shows, including Picard, where Picard and Next Generation are kind of handled by Patrick Stewart and Jonathan Frakes, interviewed by Will Wheaton, and some very touching moments are there. It's a good celebration of Star Trek Day, so even if you have to watch it a day or two late, I recommend you're going to the site at StarTrek.com/day. So, hope you enjoyed the little extra here. We'll be back with a review of the next Lower Decks in a couple of days. Until then, don't go far.